Prayers of the False Righteous. Galen was relieved to be at the tail end of the funeral procession. Fathers always were. When it was his turn to send his child to the goddess, he was grateful for the tradition. He put his torch out on the stone road and slipped away from the other mourners before they had the chance to speak to him. They all said and asked the same thing since little Callie died. He could take no more of assuring everyone that he would be fine. Galen walked faster than his normal pace, making sudden turns and circling back around the streets of the wine district to avoid talking to anyone. When no one was looking, Galen sprinted down the street and didn't stop until he reached his favorite taverna. He put his hood up before going in and sat at a corner table, intentionally facing the wall. Server Antonia took a seat across from him with an angry expression on her face. "Lemon chicken," Galen said. "No rice." Antonia scratched the wooden table with her long nails. "You didn't say thank you, you ungrateful slug." Galen looked closer at Antonia's eyes. Tiny bolts of lightning shot across her pupils and irises. She was possessed. The goddess had taken over Antonia's body. Galen wanted to run, but knew doing so would be pointless. "Thank you?" Galen said. "For what? I didn't ask for anything." "Slug!" she screamed. No one else in the taverna reacted to her outburst. Galen looked around and realized that the other patrons couldn't see or hear them. The goddess scoffed, "Eyes on me. They can't help you. I want public thanks by the end of next week, or you can say goodbye to your skin." Antonia stood up and blinked. The lightning was gone from her eyes. "Oh, Galen," she said, completely unaware of what had happened. "What can I get you?" Galen stayed until closing, torn and terrified by the goddess's ultimatum. Her words were literal. Either he would have to reveal his dark secret to everyone or be skinned alive. He wandered the streets, intoxicated and frightened, after being thrown out of the taverna. Claudia, the mother of Galen's late daughter, was waiting for him. She stood on his doorstep, still clad in mourning clothes. Galen tripped over nothing and fell into her arms. They collapsed into a pile of white robes and tears. For 5 days, Galen shut himself up in the house. He wouldn't open the door for anyone, not even Claudia. 6 days after being threatened, Galen went to the temple of the goddess. He lit the torch and rang the bell according to custom. Right there on the steps, Galen dropped to his knees. "I don't accept the choices given to me," he said. "Neither is just. I didn't ask you to take Callie even though you knew that I didn't want her. You did that on your own. I won't humiliate Claudia by admitting to this entire community that I wish my own daughter dead. Therefore, I will end this now." Galen took a knife from his pocket and plunged the blade into his throat. In one clean move, he yanked the knife back out, spraying the temple steps with blood. Before everything went black, Galen saw Antonia. She stood before him with a plate of food. Lemon chicken, no rice. She sat down and pulled Galen's head into her lap. "So stubborn," she said, though not in her own voice. "You're welcome anyway." Did you enjoy this story? Prayers of the False Righteous? I hope so. There are more to come, so please come back.